But we're one of a kind. How Crocs went from laughingstock to red carpet. How the story of Crocs began. It all started with boats. Three guys named Scott, Lyndon, and George, who met through friends of friends in high school and uni. When sailing in the Caribbean in the early 2000s, they reportedly came across a boating shoe while on the sailboats. That was made of a material called Crocs-like, a kind of sturdy foam. When they were back in the US, they got straight to business and acquired the rights to the manufacturing process. Crocs made their debut in 2002 at an international boat show, where they were sold as a comfortable foam boating shoe. And boy, did they sell out fast. By 2004, the company sealed the deal, with exclusive rights to the material and production ramped up. Initially, Crocs were made by using a type of foam resin known as Crocs-like, a company Foam Creations, which also helped the designers of Crocs to come up with their first pair of shoes, provided it. Then, in 2004, Crocs purchased Foam Creations, which provided them the exclusive rights to Crocs-like. Not only it was comfortable to wear, and a new wave in the fashion world, but also received the appreciation of many podiatrists. Reason being that the foam type was such that it would wear itself to the feet of the wearer, and provide ultimate comfort to even those who had injuries or slight pain of any type in their feet. In 2007, the company applied to register the name Crocs, and today it features a trademark in around 40 countries in the world. Why are Crocs called Crocs? Yes, crocodiles. Now that you know all about the foam, the name Crocs will likely make more sense, since the shoes were designed to perform on both land and sea. The brand pulled its name from the multi-environment, amphibious crocodile. Crocs stayed true to their brand. As a boating shoe, Crocs were designed to be comfortable and easy to keep clean. This meant they also appealed to anyone who was on their feet a lot and needed to clean their shoes often, like restaurant and healthcare workers, and to anyone who wanted a super comfy shoe, really. The only catch was that a lot of people thought they were ugly. Like anything that gets really popular a little too quickly, Crocs attracted many haters. They were even in Time magazine's list of 50 worst inventions in 2010. But in the last 6 years or so, Crocs have been inching their way over from eyesores on feet to kind of cool. Nobody is neutral about Crocs. In the 2 decades since the clunky plastic clog first debuted, people have fallen squarely into one of two camps: those who love the comfort and functionality, and those who mercilessly mock how hideous they are. But since the pandemic started, Crocs has convinced more people to switch from haters to lovers. In 2020, the company's revenues reached a record high of $1.4 billion, a 12.6% spike from the year before. During that time, Crocs' stock was among the best performing in the retail industry, with shares rallying by more than 260%. Part of the brand's growth can be attributed to people craving comfort in the midst of lockdown, but part of it is also due to the legion of high-profile fans, including Priyanka Chopra, Justin Bieber, and Post Malone, all of whom have partnered with the brand in recent months. Shaming the haters. Most companies work hard to establish brand recognition with consumers, but since launching in 2002, Crocs has never had to do that. We've never had trouble with brand awareness, says Michelle Poole, Crocs' president. You can show our iconic silhouette throughout the world, and people everywhere can identify it as Crocs, which is unusual. There were many consumers who quickly embraced the shoe, drawn largely to its practicality and comfort, including healthcare professionals, chefs, and kids. But the company's biggest struggle was always figuring out how to expand its base and resonate with more consumers. Back in 2010, Time named Crocs one of the 50 worst inventions of all time because they were so ugly. In that story, Crocs' then CEO explained that the brand was trying out more palatable silhouettes, like ballet flats, and was quoted as saying, "If we make it a little bit more stylish, then we start to appeal to a larger audience." But around 5 years ago, the marketers at Crocs had a revelation. There was no point in trying to win over haters. Instead, they would focus on how unique the shoes were. "Yes, we're ugly. Yes, we're polarizing," says Heidi Cooley, Crocs' CMO. "But importantly, we're one of a kind." And what we recognized is that this is exactly what resonated with some of our fans. They to see themselves as one of a kind. Crocs launched a campaign in 2017 that focused on how much the brand had been bullied over the years, using spokespeople like Drew Barrymore and John Cena to speak about their own personal experiences with bullying. In many ways, the brand was calling its detractors bullies at a time when many organizations, from the Cartoon Network to the federal government, were launching anti-bullying campaigns. Act fast, collaborate often. Crocs has also been quick to embrace its celebrity fans, many of whom style the shoes to fit their personal aesthetic. Diplo's Crocs fit into his psychedelic, hippie style. Zooey Deschanel wears hers with vintage dresses. Cooley says that the marketing team moves to quickly capitalize on the moment. We don't work with partners who aren't authentic fans of the brand, says Cooley. We make sure that these influencers were already wearing our shoes before we approach them. These collaborations have been very successful, often selling out in days. And they've brought in thousands of new customers who likely never would have considered wearing the shoes before. The Post Malone clogs, for instance, came in black and pink, with a chunky sole and a drawcord that gave them an industrial chic look, to match the musician's hardcore tattooed aesthetic. Justin Bieber's Crocs were lavender and covered with oversized charms, which he styled with streetwear. What we love, as a brand, is that these people are so accepting of what we represent, Cooley says. They wear our shoes to disrupt people's image of them. That, paired with our ability to be so versatile in terms of aesthetics, has brought new fans to the brand. You're only as good as the company you keep. It was in 2016 when Crocs had their first high fashion moment, with designer Christopher Kane at London Fashion Week. Balenciaga took it to the next level with these platform Crocs at Paris Fashion Week. The collab sold out immediately. Lessons we can learn from Crocs. Some might say that there are some interesting lessons that come from the success of the supposed ugliest shoe ever. Designed with a specific purpose in mind, Crocs catered to their intended audience. By staying true to their brand and audience, they eventually served a wider and unexpected audience. They showed us that the ugly duckling doesn't need to transform into a beautiful swan at all. And now, they're the shoe we love to hate or hate to love.